back, and thank you for keeping it Morning Cafe right here on TV47. And at this point, we now link up with our correspondents from different parts of the country. True to our name for TV47, we update you on what is happening across all the 47 counties. And as Azimio protests enter day 2, that's our main focus today. Of course, we'll be linking up with different correspondents from different parts of the country, as well as our correspondents based in around Nairobi City to update us on the situation as the Azimio protests continue on the second day. Right now, I'm linking up with our Kisii-based reporter, Alfayo Kombo, to just give us a brief on what is happening and how is the situation like in Kisii. Good morning, Kombo.
Good morning to you back in studio, Flora Nuki. Today is a very cool day here at Kisii, and I'm in the famous Daraja Mbili market. Despite that this market, you see that several traders have shown up to sell their merchandises. And in brief, we'll be talking with the Kisii County Commander so that he may give us a brief about the security, for he has been working in several areas here in Kisii County. Maybe if you tell us your name, sir, and how is the situation in security-wise, if you may.
Okay, good morning. Currently I'm at Kisii, Daraja Mbili market. Kisii County is generally very safe. As you can see, traders are doing their business. They have no time to waste. Our boys wameona ile wakati wa kupoteza hawana. Jaribu jana walijaribu kuchoma taya 2-3 lakini wakaona hii ni kupoteza wakati. So leo hawana time ya kupoteza siku ya leo tena, wako tayari kufanya biashara, na unavyoona askari wetu wanafanya wanashika doria, ensuring that all is well. Yeah.
Maybe we have seen that you have situated polices in every section in this county. What are you going to urge citizens who are from other areas maybe before the day ends?
So nimeweka askari wangu wa strategic areas to ensure that maybe there are those people who may be planning to do harm to our people. So it's just a strategy that in case of anything, we can be able to arrest the situation.
Thank you very much. That's our Kisii County Commander, who is Charles Kesesa. He was just briefing us on how he has beefed up security here in Kisii County. As you can see that today here in Daraja Mbili market, traders, if my camera person can pan to the other side kindly, if you be able to move, we are able to see that this is a place where we always see there is massive crowds of people in this market coming from the neighboring counties, that is Migori, Homa Bay, and others even coming from Kericho, Bomet, and even the extent of Kisumu to come and perform their trade in this famous Daraja Mbili market. But you can see there are some stalls here in Daraja Mbili market that the owners have not yet arrived so that they can conduct business. Mike. And if I give you a little brief on education matters here at Kisii County, is that students have gone to school, but the numbers are not that high. A little number of students have shown up to school. At least some schools have, as I was walking, are halfway the number of the population that is usually at the school. In a school like Kisii Primary School that yesterday had no turnout of students at that school, at least today we have seen that half of the population of the school are in school today. A school like Jogo also that had no student yesterday, today the population is at least quarterly. A school like Kari that had no student yesterday, today has almost 3/4 of the population of students in that school. Despite that, the situation at Kisii town, we have been able to see that more stalls today are still closed, despite in some areas that are outcast of the town, situation is just go to normalcy. But the thing that is still happening is that we are seeing that traders and some of the people here in Kisii County are having that fear. What will be happening in the next moment? What might be happening any time from now? It's that everybody is just doing his business, but is still cautious with what may happen at any time. I'll be here in Kisii County to keep you at speed and inform you what is happening at any course of time. That's what I have at this time. My name is Kombo Alfayo. Maybe I pass the mantle back to you in studio, Flora Limuki.
Well, thank you so much, Alfayo Kombo, for that update. And of course, we'll keep you on the rope on what is happening in different parts of the country. But right now, we now link up with reporter Mike Kagongo to bring us up to speed on what is happening in Kangemi area in Nairobi County. Mike?
Thank you so much, Flora Limuki. Indeed, we can get you loud and clear. We're coming to you live from the Westlands region of Nairobi County. And where we're standing right now is Kangemi Estate here. You remember it's one of the most affected regions after the protests were called on by the opposition Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. And here where we're standing now is where the irate youths had barricaded the road, and stones had been kept here just to make sure that they block the road to Nairobi town or to Nairobi city, coming all the way from Kikuyu constituency. And just to mention is that, as you can see, if my camera person can show you, behind me is the bridge that connects Kangemi Estate and the other side of Kabete, Lower Kabete. And yesterday, as you can see, there were irate youths trying to destroy some big or large, those large stones up there. They were trying to fell them down, to take them down, but the police were on standby to make sure that they were not able to do so. And today, as you can see, there are no any police officer, but we've seen police officers' police vehicles, about 3 just driving around to make sure that security here is in good condition. Yesterday, we saw so many police officers standing here. Where we're standing right now, there were so many police officers, including APs, including police, normal police, and also NYS. And we've also seen a lorry carrying NYS individuals just deployed to make sure that security in all these parts of Western region of Nairobi County is well manned. And we also did spot some students from Kihumpoini Primary School. We understand that last week Kihumpoini Primary School students were also affected after tear gas were also lobbed inside the school. And according to residents here, this telling us that those tear gas were not even sent off, not even thrown by the police officers, but the residents who were also trying to make situation worse, that also threw the tear gas inside. That's subject for confirmation from the officers whom were also in Nipe Nikupe. As usual, you can see each and every place police have been trying to calm the situation, but also residents trying to do their part to make sure that they barricade roads from different parts of this country. So we'll be heading to Kawangware, where we heard about some houses have been destroyed yesterday night, were burnt down yesterday night, to understand on what is happening. As you can see right here in Kangemi, some transport system has also been paralyzed, because some, you can see vehicles here standby parked. They are not doing anything. The other side, these are Starbus and Kosi. These are Starbus and Kosi shuttles just stand by. They are not doing anything, but maybe they are just worried about their security situation. But after some time, we understand that it is calm, unlike yesterday in Kangemi. As at 6:30 a.m., some rowdy youths had started burning they had started burning these tires, but today nothing at all is happening, Flora Lemuki. So we understand that situation here in Kangemi right now is calm, and we hope to see some more calmness during the day, because as you can see, transport, some have parked their vehicles and some are also traveling to the town, but we understand that it is calm. No one has thrown stones, no one has barricaded the road, no one has caused any mayhem at school. The school is calm. People are on their businesses. Some have opened their businesses, and like yesterday how it was, or some had closed their business. Vehicles have extended or have increased compared to yesterday. Those are traveling to town. That means that transport here is indeed back in situation. So we'll be keeping tabs here in Kangemi and also in Kawangware to understand the situation of the security in this Westlands region of Nairobi County and also some other parts of the county to bring to our esteemed audience to understand on what is happening here in Nairobi County. Back to you, Flora Lemuki, and the rest of journalists in studio. My name is Mike Kagwango from Kangemi.
Well, thank you, Mike Kagongo, for that update. And of course, we'll keep in touch with you as you bring us up to speed on what is happening in Kawangware and Kangemi areas as Azimio protest entered day 2. And now we link up with our reporter, Violet Auma, who is based in Kakamega County, to just paint to us a picture of how the situation is looking like in Kakamega County. Good morning, Violet. How is the situation like in Kakamega? Are the situation in schools as well, and are businesses continuing as usual?
Yeah, thank you, Limuki. We are in Kakamega County, as you say, that is in Lurambi sub-county. Everything is normal. Actually, yesterday some of the shops had closed, and but yesterday, of course, in Kakamega County, we were not able to have or rather see any demonstrators in Azimio La Umoja faction. Of course, yesterday was the first day, but also today being the second day, nothing much is happening. Everything is back to normal. Yesterday we were able to see just 1 or 2 vehicles around because some of them had feared probably there would be chaos. But today everything is back to normal. We can see public transport on. People have opened shops. The borders are on and everything. Yesterday also some of the schools in Kakamega County, they had the school management had asked parents not to take their kids to school, especially day scholars. One of the schools being Applegate Christian School, yesterday they were not able to go to school because they feared probably something will, or rather chaos will erupt. But other schools, of course, they were on, but today all schools, our spotlight, of course, we've been able to ascertain that most of the schools, the children have gone to school, businesses are on, and also public transport, as I can see right now, everything is on. But of course, yesterday we had a decry from border section because they were saying most of them rely on public transport vehicles, and of course they were not able to get their customers because most of the vehicles were not operating. Also yesterday we were able to see a peaceful demonstration that was led by UDA Secretary General Cleophas Malala, who was against the demonstration called for by the Azimio La Umoja, saying that this is not supposed to take place, especially according to him. Of course, he was with the business community, saying that it's sort of bringing some losses to the business community in the area, and of course destruction or vandalism of infrastructure that we have seen in different parts of the country. But of course, I am here with the locals. Let me bring them in, and of course, let's hear from them. Habari yako kakangu, kwako wewe unaunga maandamano ama haungi, na kwa sababu gani? Naomba usenge hapa. Na kwa sababu gani?
Mimi maandamano naunga mkono. Kwanza acha nianze na majina yangu. Mimi kwa majina naitwa Joel. Mimi upande wa maandamano naunga mkono. Sababu nafanya naunga maandamano mkono. Cost of living ziko juu. Ukiangalia mafuta iko ni saidi lita shilingi 200. Ukiangalia unga saidi shilingi 240. Unaona, mafuta pia ya mboga iko hivyo. Sasa mimi upande wa maandamano naunga mkono. Na hapa Kakamega kwetu hapa mara mingi maandamano huwa haifanyiki kwa maana viongozi wamemezwa na serikali. Viongozi wetu wa Kakamega wamemezwa. Sasa mtu mwenye angeongoza hapa maandamano sana mwenye tunajua, lakini sasa yako kwa serikali.
Sasa kwako wewe ndio maandamano, lakini wewe ufikiri labda pengine kunaweza kuwa na nafasi ya majadiliano, na pia kulikuwa na nafasi ambayo walikuwa wamesema bipartisan talks, watu waweze kuzungumza kusuluhisha. Unafikiri maandamano ni suluhu ya haya masuala ambayo yanaendelea?
Ukiangalia rais wetu ni mtu wa kukubali kuongea kweli. Rais wetu sio mtu mwenye anaweza kubali rais hivi kwenda kuangalia.
Sawa, hayo ni maoni yako kaka. Labda pengine tupate maoni ya mtu mwingine.
Kwa majina naitwa Rogers. Mimi siungi maandamano mkono. Kwa sababu maandamano inaathiri counts, pia inaathiri biashara na watu wengi wanatumia maandamano advantage ya kuibia wengine. Kiangalia saa hii kama kuna vijana wenye ambao wafanye kazi, wakisikia maandamano inaenda mahali wanapata advantage, kama ile ilikuwa inapomolewa Kisumu, hiyo supermarket. Huyo mtu mwenye ambaye supermarket ilikuwa inaenda kupomolewa anahusiana na maandamano, anahusiana na Raila na Ruto. Sisi wananchi wenyewe tunatumia advantage ya kuumizana sisi wenyewe, kwa sababu ukiangalia upande mwingine, wakati hiyo supermarket inabomolewa, huyu mwenye supermarket ameenda hasara, wewe mwananchi umechukua vitu zake umeenda nazo. Raila amekutuma uende kwa supermarket? Hapana, sisi wenyewe ndio tunatumia advantage ya kwenda kuibia huyo.
Labda kwako wewe kama mfanyabiashara, mhudumu wa bodaboda, maandamano yamekuathiri kivipi?
Maandamano yanaathiri upande wa kimfuko. Kwa sababu ukipata nilipata jana yenye ilikuwa maandamano venye ilikuwa jana, si kupata hiyo kipato kwa sababu ya maandamano.
Sasa labda pengine mwingine maoni yako, naomba usange maoni yako.
Kwa majina muite Moses, mkaaji wa Kakamega. Madam, mambo ya maandamano, watu ambao wanafili maandamano ni watu wamesaliwa jana. Mimi kwa sasa niko na miaka 40. Sijaanza kufiri Raila saa hii. Raila amepikiwa kura. Raila amefika mahali akaniambia kaa tu kwa nyumba, hata usiende kupika. Nikakaa kwa nyumba, wakapiga kura, wakatangaza Uhuru Kenyatta. So saa hii mambo ya Raila, ukiniambia mimi mambo ya Raila ni kama unaniambia vitu vingine senye sababu hakuna siku Raila atakuwa president. Na mambo ya maandamano kuanzia jana, Raila hako huko anacheza hivi vitu yenye wasao wanachezanga kitambo. So ukiniambia mambo ya Raila, mimi kitu yenye mimi ninajua, rais anatafuta vile Wakenya watatoka kwa njaa. Familia siko kwa hii Kenya chache ambazo tunafaitika. Ruku Saiti inatajwa na familia moja. Kampuni gani inafaitika na familia moja? Mimi kivyangu, watu wangekaa tu kama Ruto, mtu mwenye hana chochote kama mimi, mtu ambaye ana hustle asaitie watu.
Sasa kwako kama mkazi, maandamano yamekuathiri kivipi?
Mimi maandamano haijaniathiri chochote kwa sababu mimi nakaa Kakamega. Umaiona hapa watu wanatia kasi hapa. Ambia wale watu wa maandamano wakuja wafundishwe na viongozi wa Western kufanya maandamano, especially huyo Sifuna. Hawezi faa sufuria hata unaenda kupiga kelele huko kwa barabara. Ita vijana, ongelesha vijana, waambie jinsi ya kufanya maandamano. Wewe hawezi fanya maandamano hata unawasha tairi kwa barabara. Wewe ni mhalifu. Sababu kama ni maandamano hivyo.
Mimi nilikuwa naona maoni ya Ruto isaidii. Angepunguzia wananchi maisha, unga ipunguke, hata mimi nisevie watoto wangu.
Sawa kaka, asante. Kwako kidogo kwa ufupi.
Kwa majina naitwa Justus Oyolo. Mimi maandamano kwanza naiunga mkono. Kuiunga mkono kwanza maisha iko juu. Na maisha kukua juu ni kwa sababu ya mizigo yenye rais mwenyewe amejiwekea. Kitu ya kwanza, rais apunguze wafanyikazi wenye ameweka, kwa sababu Kenya tuko na deni. Na uwezo ukalipa deni na uko na bajeti kubwa. Apunguze bajeti ya nini wake wafanyikazi, alafu ashukishe mafuta chini. Hapo alafu hao wengine wadogo hapo ikiwezekana pia kuna baadhi ya viti Kenya hii hatujui ni za nini. Kiti kama women rep watoe. Kiti kama hizi ma PS watoe. Kitu yenye baki na mtu wa chini hata wapatie liguru mshahara, chief, MCA na MP. Hawa watu wengine wote hatuoni kazi yao. Hao ndio wanafanya hata maisha inakuwa juu. Hiyo ndio kitu yenye Ruto angetusaidia nayo saa hii, lakini kama ni maandamano yote tunaiunga mkono, maisha iko juu. Tunashindwa hata venye tutakaa. Hata hizi pikipiki zinasema nataka kutuletea electric. Tutafanya aje na maisha iko juu? Hiyo ni maoni yangu.
Sawa. Kwa unaunga mkono haungi, na kwa sababu gani? Na pengine wewe mwenyewe kama mkazi wa kaunti ya Kakamega umeathirika kivyovyote vile na maandamano yanayoendelea?
Mimi kwa jina naitwa Charles Msera Shitote. Wale wenye wanapenda kwenda maandamano waende ni watu wenye hawana msingi ya maisha. Tuna watu wamekaa tu hawataki kwa hustle. Sasa ujue kama saa hii Ruto alisema watu tushike jembe. Kwa watu wenye si tulilima, mtu kama mimi saa hii niko na chakula, siwezi sema njaa iko. Hakuna njaa. Ni kwa hustle na maisha na tufunge mshipi tusonge. Hakuna maisha rahisi because ukiangalia unaweza pata uulize mtu swali moja. Wazazi walizaa either baba yake mmoja peke yake. Ukiuliza sasa ya kwamba huyo baba sasa ana vijana wangapi? Ni vijana karibu 6. Hao vijana 6 ukianza kugawa shamba unabaki na nini? Kenya imekuwa na watu wengi. Sasa tukubaliane maisha ikisonga, tusonge nayo. Mkate ilikuwa inanunuliwa shilingi 2. Sasa hii mkate ni 2. Inaenda na maisha. Sasa mimi
mwisho tukimalizia.
Kwa majina naitwa Jacob Ochango, mkaaji wa hapa Kakamega kwenye bodaboda. Kwa hakika maandamano, wale wanayofanya maandamano ni wale idlers wenye wachelewa wanafanya nini? Sababu unapoamka ukiwa machua hakuna haja unaenda maandamano. Sababu ukiona saizi kwa hakika chakula ilikuwa juu, lakini ukienda kule nyumbani ama Marsaf kule kidogo unapata chakula imeanza kushuka. Sasa mtu akikwambia uende maandamano, tayari kuna kila taribu kupotezea. Sababu maandamano ukiharibu tauni yako, kesho utakuwa wapi? Hiyo ni kama unaharibu nyumba yako na kesho unahitaji kutumia hiyo nyumba. Sasa wale wanaofanya maandamano wakiharibu tauni zao ni wale watu wachelewa. Wanaharibu tauni zao, baadaye rekebishwe, mara ile pesa wangepata inaenda pale.
Malizia tu.
Asante sana. Mimi kivyangu napinga haya mambo ya maandamano. Sababu ni ya kwamba hii maandamano ni ya nini? Wanaandamana wakisema nini? Manake huyu kiongozi mwenye anastaka hii
wamesema ya kwamba wanaandamana ili maisha iweze kupungua, wanataka gharama ya maisha iweze kupungua na vile bidhaa muhimu ambazo za mwananchi wa kawaida hutumia ziweze kushuka.
Ya kama ni maisha ilishaenda juu. Sio Kenya peke yake. Hata Tanzania, Uganda, tuseme dunia mzima wanalia. Sio Kenya peke yake. Naye Ruto rais wetu anatafuta jinsi ya kuimarisha maisha yetu kupitia sisi wenyewe kujilipia kutoa ushuru kuliko kuchukua mikopo kama rais aliyetoka. Manake unaweza ona kwamba alichukua mkopo akajenga hiyo expressway. Inasaidia nini Muluya? Hiyo reli ya kisasa inasaidia nini mtu wa
sawa kaka?
Ya mimi kwa majina naitwa Franz Msembi, na upande wangu mimi siungi maandamano. Kwa sababu nisiunge maandamano, ukiangalia yale mambo ambayo katiba inasema kuhusu maandamano, sio yale maandamano ambayo sisi tunayatazama saa hii. Sababu wanalia ya kwamba uchumi umepanda juu, na wakati wanafanya maandamano wanachoma barabara, mara wanafunja nini, tayari hiyo ndio kurudisha uchumi chini, ama ndio wanaendelea kupandisha uchumi. Kwa hivyo ni lazima watafute mwafaka, njia nzuri ya kusemezana ili ya kwamba tuone hii maisha inarudi chini na mnakani. Hiyo wakati wanaendelea kuandamana, wakichoma vitu, wakiharibu vitu, angalia kama Kisumu chana, wamechoma vipanda sa wenyewe, nyumba sa wenyewe. Hiyo ni maisha kurudi chini ama ndio yanaendelea kupanda zaidi? Kwa hivyo watafute njia ya kuongea. Tunapoteza watu wetu, na wale ambao wanaenda kuandamana akina Sifuna. Sifuna ni kwanza ni mtu wa muhimu sana, ni senator wa Nairobi City. Kwa hivyo inafaa yeye akiheshimu, kesho atakuwa gavana, na kama atakuwa gavana atakuwa na vitu kama hii, lazima achiangalie. Kwa hivyo lazima aangalie.
So thank you so much. So those are just sentiments from locals in Kakamega County, and of course some are for and against the demonstrations. Of course some have highlighted issues where we've seen people dying, destruction of property, and for them they're just calling onto the government and also the opposition to look for other ways to be able to sort out the issues that are being raised. Of course lowering high cost of living, and of course at the end of the day reducing the prices of basic basic commodities. I take it back to you, Flora Limuki.
Well, thank you, Violet Auma, for that update, and of course, quite divergent views there from residents of Kakamega County concerning the ongoing demonstrations. But right now we take a short commercial break. We'll be right back to give you more update concerning that and a lot more happening across the country. Stay tuned. Keeping it morning cafe, we continue with our updates of the day, and before we go on, just an update on our diary. President William Ruto will be in Isiolo and Meru counties today to commission the Ruiru-Isiolo Road. And we continue with the coverage. Let us now join our reporter Sheila Chelangat, who is in Thika Road, to bring us up to speed on the situation in Thika Road as of the moment. Good morning, Sheila. If you can hear me clearly, do update us on what is happening currently at Thika Road area.
Thank you very much, Flora Limuki. I can hear you loud and clear. I am along Thika Road, and it is day 2 of the Maandamano protests, which was scheduled and started yesterday. Today is day 2. Tomorrow is expected to be day 3. Currently, the situation here at Thika Road is that, it is less busy than usual. If my camera person could just pan along Thika Road and show you, just paint a picture of how the situation, the traffic on this road is. Clearly, we can see that, there are less cars. What would have been a very, heavy traffic on this road, and it is about 9, and the cars are really few on the roads. Also, we can see that, there are less people going to work, which is not as usual because, along Thika Road, a lot of people really do have businesses on this road. roads. Currently, you know, we have seen a little presence of police just taking some patrols in this area, looking at, you know, just ensuring that there is peace before the Maandamano protests, which are expected to, you know, begin from any moment. Also, you know, that if just my camera person also could just pan towards the outer ring road, where we can just paint the situation that, you know, there are less people going to work, less cars on the roads as well. This would have been a very busy area, you know, being that it is even home to a stage, a matatu stage. And, you know, what we can see from at this moment, you know, is just people, less people boarding these matatus. Most of them are parked on this stage. And, you know, earlier on we had spoken to some of the matatu touts here, and they say, you know, business today is on the low. And they're wondering just how and what will they do to get their daily bread on the table. And so the protests here today are scheduled to happen in Huruma, according to the statement by the Azimio team in Huruma, the CBD and Kangemi. And, you know, what we saw yesterday is that residents were calling on the government to at least, you know, talk, find a truce so that, you know, this situation can be brought back to normal, that they can, you know, stop just staying at home and at least go to work where they can get their daily bread. Most of them calling on the government and being like, you know, they need to go to work. So this protest really do have to stop, according to most of these residents. So it is a wait and see game to what will prevail during the day. But currently the situation is rather calm. Back to you in studio, Flora.
Well, thank you so much, Sheila Chelangat, for that update. And right now we join our reporter, Mwege William, to paint us a picture of what is going on currently in Nairobi CBD as far as the Azimio protests are concerned as they enter day 2. Mwege? Okay, I'm told we'll be joining Mwege just in a little bit, in a short while. But let's see what's going on the socials with the demonstrations among the top trends. Yes, all right, I'm told Mwege William is ready for us right now. Good morning, Mwege. What is happening currently in CBD?
Good morning, Flora Lemukiwe, joining you from the country's capital, the Central Business District of Nairobi. Today, quite a different scenario of what we had witnessed yesterday. At least the city is roaring back to life. We can see traffic building up, unlike yesterday already. County traffic marshals are in place. Yesterday, you could count 1 or 2 of the county traffic marshals. Where we are currently joining you from, this is Moi Avenue. There was no traffic of what was witnessed yesterday. That is Wednesday, the first day that the Azimio la Umoja had called on the third wave of the protest of anti-government in protest of the high cost of living, more so the Finance Act that President William Ruto assented on earlier. You can see also quite a flow of people, city residents, those who are going to work, business owners, employers, employees, all turning to work. And also, there you have, that is a bus stop where Super Metro operates. Yesterday, actually, it was empty. Today, you can see quite the lineup there, meaning people are in place. But interestingly, police are still around, a heavy presence of police from all different contingents or service units, among them the General Service Unit, the Administration Police, the Kenya Police, and also an addition of the National Youth Service. Well, there you have it, a boda rider breaking, who's transporting services. We could hear the music from his bike. That means business is on. We had witnessed along this particular route most shops were closed as of yesterday. But today, shops are open, outlets are open, people streaming in and out. This is the normal Nairobi that we know of. Many people walking up and down the streets, all hustling, bustling streets of Nairobi. As you can see, even the traffic lights are on. And like yesterday, people are not even taking into consideration the traffic lights. And you could see buses stopping, vehicles stopping, people crossing roads. This is the normal Nairobi that we are used to, unlike yesterday, quite a different scenario of what was witnessed yesterday. So far within the Central Business District, we have not recorded, we have not witnessed any arrests, as yesterday we witnessed around 3 arrests. Some of them were being suspected to be part of the protest, others were chanting and shouting within the Central Business District, but today this is not the case. We have not witnessed that, we have not seen police apprehending or arresting anyone. But as you know, this is the usual case. Maybe Eva Jones, you could give our viewers live pictures from this end. As you know, this particular area is known as the Jobless Corner here at along Moi Avenue, just opposite Hilton, where people always sit down, maybe waiting for a call, waiting for your time for to be called into an interview. When we came here, there were quite a number of people seated in these particular terraces, but police have told them to move away because still police do not want to see any people or people gathering here in any way. They just want people to go on the usual business. No gathering is being allowed within the Central Business District. And as of now, the National Youth Service personnel are here to keep guard and watch that no one sits here and no one will be allowed to sit here. But people are going on with their usual activities. And from here, Flora, we are keeping watch and will be all boots on ground to ensure that our viewers who are following all these proceedings here on TV47, that they get up-to-date details on what is happening and transpiring within the Central Business District. But for now, I take it back to you, Flora Limuki and the News Cafe team. Back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Moiga William, for that update. And right now we look at what is on the socials, what people are saying on socials as far as the demonstrations are concerned. Of course, demonstrations and hashtag Maandamano Wednesday trending at number 1 and 2. And Shola Adam here says Nairobi CBD's clean protests are successful. And Lord Chaston here, as the demonstrations gather pace today, protesters are warned to beware of killer cops posing as journalists. Don't fall into their traps. We soldier on in our fight against punitive taxation. Of course, that is concerning this specific picture that you see here of a police officer masquerading as a journalist yesterday and later on arresting some protesters. The government critic says this policeman who disguised as a journalist in Mathare arrested and harassed that man whose only mistake was asking the police why they were tear-gassing children in the area. This was Charles Owino, was praising the police for yesterday. And let's see, Nakuru East. Tony Gashoka here says it has never been about the cost of living. It's about struggles. Listen to Raila Odinga whenever he is in government. Mzee doesn't want demonstrations. He wants sustainable solutions, but is now lying to lures to protest. Hashtag Maandamano. And there, another comment here from the government critic. This goon who disguised, it's still on the police officer masquerading as a journalist. Demonstrations, police state loading, even freedom of expression is gone. The dictatorship and imperial presidency is taking shape just fine. Shola Adam here says demonstrations have already started in Nairobi CBD. Hashtag Thika Road remains a ghost road. Youths assembling in Mathare. And that is just some of the feedback from people on the socials. And let us, just a reminder of what we have on our diary today. We have the Azimio protest at day 2, also the resumption of day and primary schools, also CJ Martha Koome to launch Kiambu e-filing court, and finally the President William Ruto to tour Isiolo and Meru counties to commission the Ruiru-Isiolo road. All right, that is all that we had for you as far as the updates around the country are concerned and also within the city. Of course, keep it TV47, and our TV47 Matukio team will be joining later on to keep on updating you on what is happening across the country. Gentlemen?
Most definitely. But now that you mentioned, all that, I see Andrin Kilemi will be coming along to discuss the whole effect of education on, this Mandamano.
Oh, yes.
Going on.
Yeah. I've seen quite a number, at least 1 or 2 headlines with regard to education and how it has been affected. Yesterday in one of the dailies, I talked about just the impact of that suspension of learning in schools in the 3 counties. And they were talking about 20 hours lost. Remember, we're just coming from a situation where the Ministry of Education has been trying to streamline the education calendar. Yes. Of course, post-COVID, because the calendar had really been messed up. And so losing even half a day is something huge. And of course, at least this morning, from all the reports we've seen from all our reporters, is that schools are back. Learning has resumed in most schools, which is actually commendable. Yeah, given the fact that we're trying as much as possible to ensure that normalcy returns, at least schools are not affected.
But then if the fact that you even mentioned about normalcy, imagine a scenario where a school in Nairobi or Mombasa, they didn't go to learn yesterday. And that day, the teacher had planned the syllabus and what they should cover. That means this teacher has to push that the syllabus that was to be covered today has to be replaced, rather, added for yesterday and also today. So that I feel like that's a whole other burden to even the learner. And maybe even in some schools, even in Nairobi, and mostly even in areas that are really prone to most of these demos. We're talking about, Mathare, Kibra, areas that we have seen even in previous demos. Some of these schools might not even really open, as much as the Minister of Education says, well, you have the green light to open. I feel like it is a whole other burden even for the learners, what is happening
and
around
even for the parents, even for the parents. Coming from yesterday on the claiming that a number of people actually lost their lives. A number of the dailies put the number at 5 as a direct result of gunshot wounds. And this report blames the police for using excessive force to contain the protesters. And so we ask, who bears a greater responsibility? Because yes, the protesters too are to blame for some of the actions. Of course, there are criminal elements that are taking advantage of some of these incidences to commit crime, but who bears a greater responsibility in containing the chaos? Continue sending your feedback to the numbers that we shared with you. And of course, the other thing that Limuki mentioned is a presidential diary itinerary today.
Actually, on that, even as you continue, that particular question, the head of state, I'm really curious his answer on that. Who bears a greater brand on this? Because even he tours, Isiolo Town Road, Isiolo North constituency, and he'll also be around in Meru also. He might really chime in on this particular conversation, but we really want to hear his voice.
I don't know which...
Without even just thumping.
Yes. And Lemuki, I had you struggling with this word. I thought you were from there. Ruiri Ruarera in Buri constituency.
Ruiri.
It's Ruiri
You know,
Ruarera.
ask Meru with the R-A. Oh my God, R and L.
Yes, that's where the president will be today. One, will open the Trade Development Bank at Radisson Hotel in Upper Hill, Langata constituency this morning. Actually, at this in a few minutes. Then at noon, he'll be commissioning the Isiolo Town roads in Isiolo North constituency. Then he'll be issuing title deeds. And at 2 p.m., he'll commission the Ruiri Isiolo Road.
It's R.
And then he'll be issuing title deeds at the ACC's office at Ruiri Ruarera in Buri constituency. And of course, you do expect that he'll make a comment or two with regard to what is happening across the country, with the demonstrations and the way forward. And of course, echoing once again the call by editors in this joint commentary on the dailies this morning, let's save our country. And of course, all of us are hoping that the president and other leaders can come together and give us direction on where to go from here.
And the fact that we actually have these papers here, I'd really want to pick your minds on this. What do you expect to see tomorrow, even as we hold the Daily Nation and the Standard in front of us? What do you expect to see?
Tomorrow, definitely not something not so far from Mandamano and what happens today, but from the conversation we had yesterday on happiness and positive mindset, I do hope that we'll have city and different parts of the country return to normalcy or calm, seen as even as protests continue.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I will say this, and this is my final word this morning. I'm hoping for sobriety, that the leaders will come together and actually give us a way forward. We're looking up to these leaders. They are the leaders we elected, and we're hoping that they will give us a way forward. Well, 24 hours is a long time in politics. A lot can change even in an hour. And so let's hope and wait that something will indeed happen. And this is where we wrap up this edition of Morning Cafe this Thursday. Thank you so much for keeping us company since 6 a.m. up till now. And of course, do stand by for more bulletins from my end. My name is Fred Ndimuli. Good morning.
And I'm Flora Limuki. Thank you for keeping us company for the last 4 hours. We do appreciate your feedback and also keep interacting with us. Do have a lovely day.
Most definitely. And I am Stanley Nyeringita. Remember, we serve it the best way we know how. So tomorrow, look for your, is it Sportshoes or whatever, something entertainment.
Oh, yes.
Be prepared to